Bueno.
Peter Franks. Mr. Franks, credit's good. Good luck to you, Mr. Franks. Thank you. I'll have 2 stacks now. Tell what for job. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Plenty.
But of course you are.
Plenty O'Toole.
Named after your father, perhaps?
Would you like some help? On the craps, I mean.
It's very kind of you.
Come here. Come here. Next to the lady.
All right. Well, like the clip said, we have plenty for you today on the Chab Dog Sports Talk Show. This is the Making of a Mountain Out of a Benny Molehill CDST show. We'll have some Benny Hill, and we'll have some English commentary on the soccer on the World Cup from Andrew Beach, my special guest, who's from England. Andrew, that's nice to have you back.
Thank you for having me, Brandon.
Yes, he's a storehouse of knowledge on soccer. So are we. If you check out our cup dates, which I've been doing religiously. Yes, I got to trademark that because I don't want somebody stealing that concept. But we got plenty of cup dates for you. Got Abe Miranda, my co-host, there on the left, and Brian Keller on the right. Brian runs Sports Rock on Facebook, so check that out. And we got John Perry in the lower right, and we're going to talk high school football with him and hear more about his book as he's driving. Just, stay safe, John.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, Andrew Beach. This is brought to you by Chavner Law, serving Southern California's business and transactional legal needs as well as estate planning, and by Funhouse Game Company for your sports apparel needs. And Abe can mention that later in the show. And then we also have, of course, the Chab Dog Sports blog and the Chab Dog Sports blog page at chabdog.com with all the shows. So, we got a lot going on with the World Cup right now, Andrew, and I guess you're pretty pleased with how things worked out, right?
It could have been better. England have topped the group, which is what they needed to do, but they've hardly set the world on fire. But yeah, we're in the hat, as they say, so that's all that matters for now. But,
thank God you finally scored against
Panama. Yeah,
the Panama Reds.
Hard
would have
game.
been.
But yeah,
pretty bad if you guys had lost.
Well, we already struggled against Ghana for exactly the same reason. They just sat in and defended. One team wanted to win, one team just didn't want to lose, and sometimes that can create good matches with backs to the wall defending, and sometimes it can just be turgid. And I understand why some of the Americans don't like those games because we don't like them. So,
So, explain to the audience now, because we're not going to have any more ties going forward, right? That's not happening.
You can have a tie after 90 minutes, but it has to be fixed on the day. So it'll go to extra time, which is normally 30 minutes. And then if it goes after that, it'll go to a penalty shootout. So no ties officially, but yeah, you can still tie.
Yeah.
You can't end in a tie.
Okay, so it's going to go to penalties eventually, and they just keep doing the penalty thing until one team screws up, right?
Exactly. So yeah, they're pretty much. The bracket's shaped up now. This is a bit of a new World Cup for everyone. Obviously, there was an extra 16 teams in it than normal. Normally, there's only 32 teams, so there's 8 groups of 4. Top 2 go through straight into knockout. This time, extra teams. So we've had this kind of jeopardy of the third place finishes, which is been a bit weird. People have been trying to work out who's going where, and yeah, it's a bit convoluted, but we finally got there. So just running through the groups. We had Mexico top their group. Not a great Mexico side in comparison to teams gone by, but they did the business. South Korea bombed out in that group. Some people's dark horses to do quite well, and South Africa were the beneficiaries of that. In the second group was Group B. The Canadians got through with Switzerland, which is probably what people expected. The Swiss topped the group. The Canadians came in second. And then the third group was pretty much as expected. Brazil and Morocco went through. Scotland came here to do a lot of drinking and not much else, so they've gone home already. Seen the videos of the Scots having fun. In the fourth group, USA topped the group. A lot of people thought Turkey might actually do quite well in that group. Obviously a pretty good team. They flopped spectacularly, but they still managed to beat the US in their last game. The US made, I think, 9 or 8 changes for that game. So it was, Australia benefited in that one. I mean, Australia don't really have much besides kind of grit and hard work and determination, so I don't expect them to go a great deal further. Group E was an interesting one. Curacao, people's kind of little sweethearts, World Cup debutantes, tiny little place. They scored an early goal against the Germans to make it 1-1 in the game, and people thought, oh, they win with a chance here, and then they lost 7-1. So that was a whooping of all sorts. Ivory Coast have got through. Ecuador managed to beat Germany last game of the group to get a runners-up spot, so they're in the bracket as well. Group F, possibly the best group there was. That was the group of death. You had the Dutch, who were looking pretty imperious, scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Gone through. The Japanese have been pretty efficient as well. And Sweden, they've got some good firepower, but they look defensively pretty frail. So I think the Swedes are playing against the French in the knockout, if I remember rightly. Group G, this one was an interesting one. Belgium, who for some reason are still ranked in the top 10 of the world. I'm not quite sure how that is, possibly on past results, but they limped through on that group. Egypt got through. Iran were the unlucky ones. I mean, obviously with all the political situation going on, they were flying in and out, an hour after the game. So no warm down, no ice baths, no real kind of post-game preparation for them. So obviously they really struggled, but until last night, they were in it. There was some other stuff in one of the other groups. They almost went through as a best third-place finish, except for a goal in about the 96th, 97th minute between Algeria and Austria. So Iran unlucky. Group H is the one that people have been talking about. I mean, Spain, one of the favourites, struggled in their one game against Cabo Verde or Cape Verde, who've managed to go through without winning a game. They tied against all 3 sides, but they've managed to eliminate a pretty good Uruguay and a not bad Saudi Arabian team. So that's the story everyone's talking about. Cape Verde have now got a gargantuan task as they're going against the current World Cup holders, Argentina, in the knockout round. So just absolute fairy tale stuff from them. Great team to watch. Very naive, but
all right. Well, listen, you've already spent. Let's just focus on.
You want the knockout?
What are your 4 picks for the Final Four?
My Final Four before going in was going to be France, Spain, Argentina, and England. And I'm still pretty happy with France. I think they're the side to beat. Argentina, I think, got a pretty soft. Had a soft group, and I think they're going to get a pretty soft run to the final, so I think they should probably get pretty far as well. Spain and England are the 2 I'd be more concerned about. Spain, neither of them have particularly done that well. Spain still have a good chance, but the side of the bracket that Spain are on is stacked. If you look at that kind of, I'm trying to think which side it is, that left side of the bracket, you've got the Senegalese, you've got Belgium, you've got Spain, you've got Portugal, Croatia. I mean, have the possibility to hurt people. The Dutch are very good. The US find themselves on the wrong side of the draw. I mean, even if they get past Bosnia and Herzegovina, they can play against Senegal, who are probably, were the reigning African champions as well. So
Senegal's good. They had some big wins. Their goal differential was pretty nice, I think.
Well, they went toe to toe with the French, who were the favourites, and they should have been 2 or 3 up, and they didn't take their chances. So England were due to play them, but then the draws just kind of. But
I saw Belgium. I saw Belgium play yesterday, and they look good. I mean, they got that De Bruyne guy. I've heard he's been around a long time.
Yeah, that's the thing. They've got a lot of players who've been around the block and done that, so they're experienced team, and maybe that'll be what gives them the edge over some sides. But they're lacking young good stuff.
It's going to be tough though. That's a tough game, and then USA. They could beat Herzegovina. I think. Probably,
I think this will be the hardest game so far. I think that they're writing Bosnia off. They've scored some pretty good goals. I mean, if I was just running that bracket, I would say Senegal will beat Belgium. I'd say USA should beat Bosnia. I would mean Spain would beat Austria. Portugal would beat Croatia.
Yeah, Portugal was lucky yesterday.
They were
see that game.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear a lot of. I felt like I expected more from Ronaldo, and it was just like.
You got to leave the game before the game leaves you. I think Ronaldo's done. He's a guy who should have retired. He's just got too much ego, unfortunately. Unlike Messi, who's a very different type of player, Ronaldo usually rely on athleticism and strength and speed, and I think they're all kind of letting him down. Netherlands and Morocco will be one of the pick games for that that whole.
Yeah, that'll be a war. That'll be
Yeah.
a war. Morocco's tough. They've been playing everybody hard, but I'm going to go with the Netherlands to slip by because
I think so. You're
the
going to
Orange
get
have.
nice rounds after this as well, because I'm just looking how the bracket's going to fall. You could see the Germans play the French in the last 16, which would be, two behemoth in footballing nations.
Yeah.
Potentially, you've got Portugal going to play Spain in that next round after that as well, if that happens. So that'll be quite interesting.
Yeah.
That's me suggesting that
I don't think the French are. I think the French are a little soft, frankly. I know they have that Mbappe hot shot, but I think the Germans might be able to take them out.
I'll happily have a bet with you on that if that comes to Brandon, so we can discuss that offline. But and then just on the other side, Brazil kind of come in without much fans.
Oh yeah,
and they suddenly seem to look a bit better than they have done for a few years. So
who do they play?
They're playing against Japan, who are by no means any mugs. And I mean, the Brazilians have already upset the Japanese because they had a press conference and they asked one of the Brazilians who the best Japanese player was, and he couldn't name a single player in the squad. So that's really upset the Japanese. So I'd be interested to see how that goes. Ivory Coast and Norway as well.
Brazil.
Exactly. They've won it 5 times. They can afford to be arrogant like that.
They should be in the finals just because the networks want that, so everybody can look at their beautiful things.
Exactly. And then that Ivory Coast and Norway game. Norway got some firepower, but that game is going to be taking place, I think, in Atlanta or Dallas in the middle of the day. So it's whether or not the Heat beats the Norwegians.
Norwegians. They took the game off the last game. They knew they couldn't beat France, so they just said, "Screw it, we're not going to mess with this."
They
game.
rested all the team and they got minutes into people, so that's interesting. Mexico and Ecuador, that'll be a game of attrition. I don't think either of them particularly blessed with any attacking flair, but neither.
But Mexico's got all the support in their
home
advantage,
country,
right?
And I think there's something daft like Mexico haven't lost a game in Mexico in a World Cup.
They're playing in Guadalajara.
And they are
Guadalajara.
Yeah, and if they win and stuff goes to form, they could be playing England in Mexico City in the round after, and that'll be interesting as well.
England
seeing
and
how
Mexico.
That'll do it. Heat and altitude and
Andrew,
pollution
hot,
and everything else that comes with that game. But if I was picking games to watch for those who are not particularly averse in football, I would be saying watch that Netherlands versus Morocco game.
I have to say, Andrew,
Brazil and Japan. And watch Ivory Coast and Norway. And if you want to be a romantic, probably watch Argentina against Cape Verde and to see if the little guys can pull off probably the biggest shot of all time.
I think you're going to go down there to Mexico to watch Mexico.
I've lost you on the sound, Brandon.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
Sound's
I was
gone.
just saying that.
Oh no.
He's gonna Andrew's gonna have to go down there himself and watch that.
Oh,
because Andrew's back. Are you back, Andrew?
Well, as he sounds gone, I'm going to keep waffling. But games to avoid watching. I think I'm not overly excited about the Mexico-Ecuador game. I think that's a game that's destined for penalties. I expect Spain to give Austria a whooping as well. I think that'll be a bit one-sided. Australia and Egypt might be good just on the basis that neither of them really ever get this far, and it's a free hit for both of them. But yeah,
that's interesting.
All right. Well, I would just say, Andrew, you're going to have to go down to Mexico to see that game because that's going to be a hot game. I think the Mexican
I still can't hear you, Brandon.
Yeah. Abe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Why don't you disconnect him and force him to log back in? Maybe that'll fix his sound problem.
Yeah.
Because when this happens, it's like unless you do you can't fix it.
Any other questions about the World Cup while I'm here? Anyone not understand anything?
No, you did a good job there.
Thank you.
Good job.
You can hear us?
Yeah. Andrew, last time you went down to Mexico, you came back looking a little funny there. Do you remember that? He's not answering me, so I guess he can't hear me.
Yeah.
You guys can hear me, right?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
In Andrew's honor, I was going to play a little Benny Hill because It sounds like Andrew. So
He's been
That's a Molehill for
in
you.
on the rhythm music, you know, like ever since he got that electric guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And he got it up the works raffle.
You won it?
No, he organised it. Then he joined this group of singers, you know. Didn't I have some funny names? There was Bushel Head and Knuckles and Four Eyes. They were lovely girls, though. Very nice pictures. But they're so proud of my boy now. Round here they are. But at the last school prize giving, they asked him not to go along and give out the prizes and take, charge and everything up there. Only he had like a kipper for his lunch, and I think it was a bit off because he had like a plane, and he couldn't go along and
Officiate?
Yes, it was a kipper he ate. I told you it was officiate.
Oh, he's a lovely boy. He is really. I mean, you couldn't wish to have a nicer brother than Ernie. Oh dear. You didn't know his name was Ernie, did you? Well, it is Ernie, yes. Ernie Pulteney. Still, I suppose Ernie Pulteney's not a very good name for a pop singer, is it? But I, of course, retain the name of Pulteney where I work at Nichols' hardware store. But then, of course, I work a whole year to make the same amount of money as Ernie gets for making one gramophone record. Still, that's life, I suppose. Not that I grudge it him at all, because he's a lovely boy, he really is. Generous to a fault. Yes, he's a lovely lad. I mean, he's good to his mother. Yeah. And he's admired and he's respected. And he's decent and he's clean living. I only wish I could say the same about some of those little scrubbers that he knocks about with. My son.
yes, Andrew, anybody ever serve you kippers?
No, never had kippers. You ever have
Nobody's had
kippers, Andrew?
He can't hear me.
Poor Andrew.
I don't know. He's got one of those bad connection days. So
yeah, but he'll be back. I'm sure. I mean, maybe he'll log out, log back in.
Yeah.
Something of that. Let's see. I mean,
hey, John, are you there? You there, John?
Here.
Okay. I was just gonna ask him who he's rooting for in the World Cup.
I think John.
Did we lose
connection? Yeah, I think. He's on the road. Oh, there he is. There's John.
Hey, John, are you there?
Hello, John.
Might have a problem with his sound. I don't know. Well, anyway, the World Cup is shaping up to be pretty interesting, and as usual, the European and the South American teams are dominating. Though we do have a couple of African teams left, so that could make it interesting. And I just want to see the ties that kind of stop, because that's getting annoying. I don't really feel like watching a soccer match for 90 minutes and seeing a tie.
Brian is waving the U.S. flag, so I think he's rooting for America all the way.
Yeah, that's good.
Got to go with America.
Belgium looked really good. So that was
I know. I saw that.
That's a good beer.
Really good with them, and like I said, Portugal. I don't know. I thought I was going to give them more credit, but after yesterday, they seemed like they were struggling against Colombia.
Are you Portuguese, Abe?
No, I'm Spanish and Mexican. I'm like best of both worlds there.
Oh,
it's like I'll eat a paella on one side and the enchiladas on the other, man. Some people call me Spanican.
All right.
Anakin.
Oh, hey, I want to show you something, man.
What's that?
I got the book.
The long car ride home. Oh,
that was the Deasley.
Yeah, it was from our guest, Mark.
Yeah,
Mark. Deakley.
Yeah. I hope he's listening, because we're talking about. Yeah, that was great. Have you read his book completely?
You read any of it?
I'm about maybe 2 chapters in is all, but just slowly reading it.
All right.
It's
good. All right. Well, I have to check that out. John was our guest. Mark
John
was our
Perry
guest.
looks like a football coach.
John, are you back? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, John?
John? Hello? No.
Oh,
We're having a tough day on Spreaker, man, or on StreamYard. This is becoming problematic. Can either of my guests hear me?
I'm back
I can hear
now,
you.
but it's
yeah.
kept dropping out.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Did you see our Benny Hill clip at all?
I saw it with no sound.
Oh, no sound. Oh, he was talking about bad
Closed
kippers.
caption now.
Oh, bad fish.
Yeah. Do you ever have kippers?
I haven't had kippers for a long time. Last time I had kippers was over breakfast in Scotland. But mate, kippers are quite nice. But yeah,
Are they kind of like sardines or something?
It's like a mackerel. It's like a big. I don't know.
I love sardines and anchovies.
Mackerel's
I don't
a
know
big
about.
sardine.
Yeah, it's like a big mackerel thing.
Oh,
Decent.
mackerel.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Hey, you ever had veal Prince Orloff?
Veal Prince Orloff. I'm not sure what that is now.
It's a real good dish that I was introduced to it on this show here.
Okay. What is it?
Steve and I worked together at Hempel. And tonight, after 4 years with the store, he gets fired. So when he asked me to have dinner, I just couldn't say no. The salad is on the table. Hello, Rhoda, dear. Mary McE, informant. Sue Ann, nobody's here yet. They're not here. Rhoda, do you see these chairs? There are 6 chairs. Do you see them? There is no room for him. Mary, you can sit up there at the little table. Rhoda, please. Congresswoman Pennies isn't here yet.
Oh, Mary, dear, do you have any idea what happens if you let veal Prince Orloff sit in an oven too long?
No, what?
He dies.
Hello, I'm Margaret Geddes.
Steve Waldman.
Oh, how do you do?
I was just fired.
Fonzie.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fonzie.
It's so nice to see you.
Time for dinner. Mary, dear, would you like to bring out the veal Prince Orloff?
Sure.
And we'll start on your lovely salad. Mary made it all herself.
It looks delicious.
Thank you. And this is Mary's veal Prince Orloff.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Mary, look at that. Oh, Mary.
Hey,
that smells great.
Look at the guy in the corner.
That's the kids' table.
Yeah.
Mrs. Geddes? Well, not yet, dear. Thank you. I haven't finished my salad.
I finished my salad. Excuse me, could someone just pass the salt?
Oh, yeah. I'm really starved, Mary. I really am. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Grant, could I speak to you for a minute?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
In the living room, I need your help.
Oh, sure. What's wrong, Mary? You seem upset.
Mr. Grant, you took 3 servings of the veal.
Yeah.
Mr. Grant, there are 6 people. You took half.
You mean that's all there is? What's on this platter?
Yes. Mr. Grant, you've got to put some back. Don't you have enough for everybody? 3 people aren't going to get any dinner.
All right, I'll put it back.
that is.
Say, you know what? I'm not as hungry as I thought I was.
You know, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you this quick story, man, about that. So listen, I was at a Christmas party. This was like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was like our chief officer was hosting this party, and they got all these Costco pizzas, right? So I came in a little late to the party because I was in a meeting prior. And so, you know how like sometimes they don't cut the pizza, you know, the slices all the way through, and then there's nothing to really like pull the pizza apart with, right? And then you're like try not to be gross and nasty and just grab your hands and like touch the pizza and start, you know what I mean? Like sometimes the pizza isn't cut well. So I'm there and my chief is right there and I'm trying to like struggling to get two slices out of the box. And I just like with the napkins and what I'm doing and I just grabbed 4 pieces because that's all they're all stuck together. And I put it on the plate. And then it was like this, and my boss the chief was like, he's like, "Oh, you need, you're getting 4 slices there, huh?" And I was just like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "But the pizzas just don't cut, man."
Yeah,
but I'll share it. I'll share it with a coworker, man. So it brought me back PTSD from that Christmas party, man. Terrible.
It's an awful feeling when you're sitting at a table and you see the available food and there's really not that much.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, man! Oh yeah. So yeah, I've been there. I've been there, done that. But let's let's find out about John Perry. John, what you wrote?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, John?
I did. I got you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I've spent 32 years coaching high school football. I spent 26 in Mississippi. I'm going into year 7 in Missouri. Me and my wife retired from the education system in Mississippi. Went to Missouri so we could draw 4 checks instead of 2 checks.
Nice.
And it's been fantastic. I wrote a book only because, like, it's been a goal of mine for several years. I'm a reader. I wake up every day at 5 o'clock. I read for about an hour before the day gets started. I love to read. So several years ago, I thought, man, wouldn't it be nice to write a book? And then I wrote a book, and it's been a goal for several years, which I procrastinated because, like all of us, when you start to do something, you get this inner voice, right, that kicks in, like, who are you to write a book? Who's gonna read the book? Like, blah blah blah. But I finally, like, wrote it, and I'm glad I did. The feedback's been great. The book's written in a structure that it's 21 chapters. It's 21 mistakes that I made with 21 lessons that I learned from it, and 21 challenges to keep other people from maybe not making the same stupid mistakes that I made along the way. And it's been really fun.
What's the name of your book, John?
The name of the book is Never Stop Getting Better. It's kind of what our process to life and to football has begun to be. Like, I think the key to life is this. Can you get up every single day and work and be productive and be the best you can be and be a little bit better today than you were yesterday? And in 2017, we won a state championship in Mississippi. We went 16-0. It was only the 3rd time in the history of the state that a team won 16 games undefeated in a season. And as we started getting deep into that run, I would get this question a lot. Like, what have you thought about, do you think you can go undefeated? Do you think you can, and like, I scored an 18 on the ACT. I'm of limited intelligence, right? So my response to all of them was, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, the only objective we have right now is to be great today. Like, we just want to have the best practice that we can have today. And that thought process of what can I do in the next 24 hours that will set me up for the next 2 years, right? Like, what can I do right now? So that thought process went into this book. I started a podcast 3 years ago with the same name, Never Stop Getting Better. Like, it's just the way that I've started embracing life, in that, man, I want to get up every single day and try to be better every day. No excuses, no regrets, no, like, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. And I choose to try to get better every day. Like, that's where the name kind of come from. And, that's what you'll find in the book. Or, I've learned a lot of the greatest lessons of my life through adversity. Like, there's a chapter about, I get fired from my alma mater at 30 years old. I get rehired by my alma mater, at 40 years old to be the head coach. But, like, the lesson in the firing was transformational in my life. Like, we went through a severe sickness with our daughter. The transformation that come out of the sickness was transformational for us. Like, so that's it's just that's what the book is kind of about.
Wow. Well, that's very powerful, John. I think it's amazing when you've experienced so much, and then you're able to write it down and make a book out of it. Of course, we got your book up here. It looks like it is available on Amazon. So for those of you who like to, read John Perry's book. The 21 chapters of the things that he's gone through, and how you can use that for some self-reflection, and how you can use those 21 chapters to better your own life. And I think it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of hard work to get a book published and get a book out there. So, I mean, it's definitely not some small undertaking. It's definitely something that takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and of course, beating the hardest person in the room. And sometimes that's yourself, right, John? Like you mentioned, sometimes you're your own worst enemy in trying to reach your goals. And John, it's great to see that you overcame them and you're able to get your book published, and your book is out there right now, and that we're able to talk about it right now. I mean, Mr. Brian Gabby Keller, we just had a guest a few weeks ago, and he published a book too. And Brian was showing us right now. I'll show this up, but he shows right now that Brian went out and started reading that book from our guest Mark. So, as you can see, Gabby, you got that book there for Mark. Yep, see, there it is. The Long Car Ride Home. So we had another coach. He played for the AHL. He was in a hockey team. He played for the AHL. He was a coach as well, and then he published a book as well. And here we are. So it's great. Thank you, John, so much for sharing a little bit about the book. Are you still with your podcast, John?
Yeah, I've done 2 episodes a week we're starting year 4 now. So there's 300 and about maybe 320 episodes are to date. And it has been, I several years ago, I did a little deal where I developed my core values, and this is in the book. Like, how can you figure out what your core values are? My 3 personal core values are curiosity, make a difference, and serve others. Well, as you all know, if you run a podcast, you run it because you're curious, right? So like it kind of cures that one, but then you also serve others and you make a difference. So that was my thought process. But also, as y'all know, when you run a podcast, the person that ends up being served the most was me, because I get to develop the relationships, I get to make the calls, I get to research the people, I get to, like, I've been served more than anybody's been served, and I absolutely have loved it. Like, I've had some tremendous guests, from Dan Lanning to Howard Behar at Starbucks to I just had Clint Hurdle here recently.
I love Clint Hurdle.
Clint Hurdle's message is phenomenal. It's been a joy in my life, and I think doing the things that I've done have made me a better football coach. I think it's added value to the people in my life. I think I've added more value to our community in Nixa. I came into Nixa, I did not know one person, had never driven through the state in my life. And I think in 6 years, we're like 65-10. We've not lost a home game since October of 2022. Like, it's the coolest culture, the best atmosphere on Friday night that you can imagine. And I think when you grow yourself in all these other ways, I think it adds value to, what you're doing at work as well.
All right. Well, we're going to pick this up when we come back from the break. We are going to take a quick break and let our sponsors get the message out. And then, so just hang in there for 2 minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hollywood. But I'm
taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. This is for the New York Knicks and Aaron York. I'm in a New York state of mind. I seen all the movie stars in their fancy cars and their limousines. Been behind the Rockies under the evergreens. I know what I'm needing, but I don't want to waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind. It was so easy living day by day. Out of touch, the rhythm and the blues. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, the Daily News. It comes down to reality, and it's fine with me because I let it slide. Don't care if it's Chinatown or on Riverside. I don't have any reasons, I've left them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind.
As a member of American society, you will live by these laws. In West Canaan, Texas, there is another society which has its own laws.
We woke up in the Twilight Zone. West Canaan, sex and football. It's all there is.
Hey, Mom, let's roll!
Lance, can I have your autograph? Right here?
I tell you, these players are just running around flawless.
Earl, my boy's too much trouble for you.
Oh, no, Coach.
What the hell are you doing?
Changing. Oh, come on, I'm wearing underwear. Does it really bother you?
I can handle it.
Tell me this insanity's over in a few weeks.
5 more games. No more football, no more Kilmer, and if I get into Brown, no more West Canaan.
Woo! Yeah!
Come on, keep your shirt on, Billy Bob.
It's a strip club, man. I'm here to work.
That's better than football.
It's better than anything.
We do things right here my way. You're going to be second string all your life, boy. This game is 48 minutes for the next 48 years of your life. The hell with Gilbert. This is your opportunity
For you, playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime. But I don't want your life.
You disobey me, and I will bury you. I know about your scholarship to Brown.
Only way we're going back out in the fields without you. Kilmer said 48 minutes for the next 48 years of our lives. I say we go out there and we'll leave it all out on the field. We got the rest of our lives to be mediocre, but we have the opportunity to play like gods. Let's be heroes.
All right.
You know, James Vanderbeek. Speaking of him, he passed away a couple months ago. He passed away on February 11th of this year, and he passed away.
Who was that?
James Vanderbeek, the quarterback.
Oh, is that, you mean the guy in the movie?
Yeah, the guy in the movie.
Oh, I just, okay. I didn't know it was a famous person.
Yeah, well, in the 90s, man, James Vanderbeek, man, he was the guy. Like you know, he was in Dawson's Creek. Which was a big, it was a big
actor. Okay.
teenage soap opera for us 90s children. And then he played, and then, around that era is when this movie came out, which is, why they picked him, because he was already kind of a big name. And then he recently passed away here in Austin, Texas. So he didn't move too far away, and it looked like he was okay in Texas. Some people move to Texas when they're done. Some people move to Missouri because they love Lamberts and they love them hot throwing rolls at you in Missouri. And I actually have a coworker of mine where her kids moved to Missouri as well, even though they grew up here in Southern California. So Missouri kind of happening right now. So
high school football in Missouri, is it like it is in Texas, John? Is it like everything? Pretty much.
You know what? I don't know that anything really equals Texas high school football, right? Like I think that's, on a level of its own. But what I can say is, I think it has gotten a lot better. I think it has. In the last 6 years that I've been there, I have seen the importance. I've seen the crowds. I've seen the interest in it grow, immensely. And when you get up into Kansas City and St. Louis, there's some really good football. There's some really good football players. There's a lot of talent. So it is growing fast.
So this could be, you're looking at a guy that could be catapulted to maybe a head coach of Missouri University soon, and then maybe the Chiefs.
Hey, you never know. I kind of look like Andy Reid anyway.
I'm gonna say you got the big red thing going on. Is that a Chiefs? Is that all Chiefs out garb there?
You know what? No, we're red in Nixa, right? So I don't, man. Like I like the Chiefs because in Missouri, if you're not a Chiefs fan, there is absolutely something wrong with you, man. They are Chiefs crazy. So like I have kind of adopted the Chiefs. Growing up in Mississippi, we didn't have a pro team, so it wasn't, like we either adopted the Saints or the Falcons or the Cowboys, right? But in Missouri, there's no doubt who you pull for.
Yeah. Andrew, just so you're aware, he's in Kansas City, Missouri. It's one of those weird things about the United States. We have cities named after other states.
No doubt.
I don't know if they do that in England.
And speaking, Chap Dog, about Andrew is, take a moment, just like with John, to showcase his book.
He's an author too.
He's another author. So, I mean, we are just being blessed with authors today who published their own stuff. Andrew, tell us a little bit about your lucky, happy cat here.
Oh.
And look how happy and lucky he is. Look how cute.
Yeah, well, this was just because a friend of mine had a baby, and I went to go and buy a book went to buy a book from Barnes and Nobles, and I just thought the books were just awful. Didn't rhyme. Why have I got two dads? Or why is this that? It just felt woke and just forced. I was like, what's wrong with kids' books? Like, I remember like The Hungry Caterpillar and all these when I was little. So I thought, I'm going to just write a kids' book. So that's kind of what I did. I wrote a non-political book about a little girl finding a cat. That's literally it. And I thought, and it was not just that. My sister had just got a master's or a doctorate. I forget what she'd got in her profession. She's very good as a children's psychologist. She has all this work out. And I was like, I'm going to write something that more people will read and give a damn about. And I thought that the only thing that people would be more interested in than the behavior of children in a psychological essay would be a kid's book. And I was right. More people have read it than my sister's thesis, so she's quite upset about that. But yeah, so that's the kids' book, and yeah, you can get it from the Great British Bookstore. I think the tariffs are probably not great for me at the moment. Don't buy it off Amazon. Amazon take all my money. I don't know how it is for you, John, but with my spread's not good with Amazon. It's better just to buy directly through me.
Well, Andrew's all into the numbers because he's a banker.
I am a banker, yeah. There you go.
Yes.
And there you go. It looks like you can buy this book here if you go to youluckycat.com.
Yeah.
You can go straight to buy his book from the Great British Bookshop. I mean, makes me want to buy it right there because it just looks so cool, so cute. It looks boutique-ish. It looks like something you would find in these really cute boutique kids shops. Such a great looking book, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, and I'm glad
I
that you
have a-
did that. And
I have a
sometimes,
suggestion. What about
yeah.
what about making a little video out of it, and then people could use it on their screens to relax their cats. Their cats could watch it.
Make a YouTube video or something. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, my friend has a cat. Eric
Okay.
has a cat, and his cat sits there in front of the TV and watches the cat videos.
Yeah, they have channels. They have channels actually.
Yeah, they like watching each other hunt and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I used to put on the National Geographic for my cat and just let him watch like the lions and stuff. He used to love it.
Yeah, it makes them think they're real big.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There you go. It's not quite as serious as John's book.
Yeah.
Probably not as complicated in creation or to read, definitely. But
Yeah.
it was a bucket list thing. So yeah.
Well, John, you're very successful. I don't know what your career record is, but it sounds like your winning percentage is up in the stratosphere. I mean, is there anything that you can tell us about what your philosophy is about coaching and what you think gets the best results?
Yeah, I think I think life changed when the lens changed that I was looking through. Like early in my career, it was all about using the players to play a game to win as much as we could win, and it was all about the football. And then due to some life challenges, that lens flipped. And it flipped to how can we make these guys better humans so that they can be better fathers, better husbands, better CEOs, better lawyers, better whatever. And that was when football took off. Like that was when the football actually got better, when we learned to teach the behavior skills to what are the skills you have to be successful in life. Well, it's the same skills you got to have to be successful in football. You got to be tough. You got to learn how to be a part of a team. You got to have confidence. You got to have a positive attitude. You got to be able to work hard. You got to be able to show up early. You got to be able to stay late. So like when we started looking at improving the individuals, the team concept took off. And that is, one of the things that I try to teach other people is, quit looking at it as football. Like get your priorities in order and teach these young people how to be successful in life. And what you will find is football will take off because it's not the most complicated sport in the world. Think about it. You take a piece of leather and you just move it down the field, right? You don't turn it over. You be good in the kicking game, play good defense. Like it's not that complicated a sport. We screw it up way too often.
Yeah. All sorts of philosophies, but that's an interesting one because you think of some of the great coaches, they were like master manipulators, master motivators. Some of them had different styles, like Vince Lombardi was, I think, totally motivating people through fear. Chuck Noll was a little more subtle and indirect in his approach, but he kind of kept his distance from his players. At the same time, he had this great respect from them, and he was just a different approach. And then some of the guys have to be the friends of everybody and are more players coaches. You sound like you really care about your players, the bottom line, but must have the systems in there to prepare them for every game. I lost him, I think.
There is a big difference between the pro course and college or high school.
Yeah.
College, high school is more about learning than trying to make money.
Pro is more about
the business,
achieving a result.
Yeah. Aren't all the football films set in Texas though? Isn't that the pretty standard thing in this country?
What, the high school football being
big?
All
of them, isn't that? Remember the Titans? Isn't that in Texas? Or am I getting that wrong?
That was Virginia.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's a few other states.
That was actually near where I grew up. I grew up in Maryland at Churchill High School, but this was T.C. Williams. Actually, there's been so many high school movies, football movies, that I don't want to start misstating anything, but they've been all over, all over the country.
Always talk about Texas high school football. Varsity, was that Varsity Blues? Was that the clip you showed the film from? Or
Yeah, that's Varsity Blues.
That's Texas, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then what about
And
Friday
then
Night Under the Lights? Wasn't
Friday
that?
Night Lights was another one, and
Yeah.
I don't remember which state that was, but I bet it was Texas.
I think it was Texas too. Yeah, they're huge. It's huge there. It's like almost like pro.
Well, it's a massive. It's like a country in itself, isn't it? And I guess how many actual pro teams have they got? Like 2, 3?
Yeah, 2.
They got
Texans and the Cowboys.
They got the
Texans,
the Dallas Cowboys. They got the Houston Texans, and that's it. I think, right?
Well, for a state that size, you could potentially have more pro teams. And I guess that, I mean, for me, as a foreigner, that's what I noticed about your sport here. Is because you have less teams. Obviously, the high school and the college is so important because people want that local team to follow, and they don't have that in the pro game so much.
California had 3 at one time.
Yeah, this state obviously, but I mean, like you look at like Iowa. I'm sure they haven't got any pro teams or anything. So if you're an Iowan, you want to go and find a team to support. You end up going to a college or to a high school, I guess, for your local slice of action.
Yeah, or they go to the neighboring state. Like there's a lot of Chiefs fans in Iowa.
Yeah, I mean that was just me, random state out of my backside. You know, that was the most random one I could think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is true. I mean, I think Texas lives on its own. You know, when you talk about football in general, it is just it's you think about Texas and they got stadiums. I mean, you look at some of these high school fields, and it's just mind blowing. I mean, it looks like something at a college, and it's a high school team. You may go there. And they have banners, just like you go to a pro football and they have banners of the quarterbacks and banners of the folks in there. And it's just like, wow, they really are in the spotlight. And it really is an experience when you talk about Texas football. And, there's even been some videos where they've had to settle some of the coaches. They've had to settle some things about getting into the playoffs, and they actually go to a gas station, and all the coaches gather around and they flip a quarter to figure out who's going in or whatever. And they all at a gas station, like all these coaches huddled together. I mean, only in Texas, man, would you do something crazy like that? Show up to some gas station to flip a quarter to see who does what.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, by the way, we do have a comment here for you. Hey, Beachy, does Japan have a chance against Brazil?
Well, speaking of American football, it makes me think of the what's that film, The Little Giants, when they talk about having one chance. And I would say that in anything you've always got a chance. Japan have a good chance because they've been grossly underestimated, and Brazil probably going to be very complacent. Japanese might not have the star power, but they're a very efficient, organized chaos team that's very quick. So yeah, I give them a chance. I think if they get the first goal, why not? I think if you get.
Can I ask Beachy another question?
Go for it, man.
Hey, Beachy.
Yeah.
Why can't they pull the goalie in soccer like they do in hockey? And
I
make
mean,
the
you
game
could,
even more interesting?
but like in hockey, when you pull the goalie, if you don't keep possession, you concede normally. And I mean, that would probably happen even more so in football. But
wait a second. Wait. You're saying in football, if you pull the goalie and have him playing offense, that it's more likely to result in a goal against you than in hockey? Because the ball is so far away from.
I think
it takes a lot.
Normally same as in hockey, the attacking players are normally quicker than the defending players. So if there's a break, then I think. There's been plenty of times when normally in football, at the last few minutes, if they need a result, the goalie does not get pulled. They just tell the goalie to go and play an auxiliary forward. I've seen goalkeepers score headers.
So the goalie can do that.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Goalie can.
My team, I watched in the stadium, and we were winning against a side who need to win the league, and they pulled the goalie at the end. He's actually the Brazil goalkeeper now, a guy called Alisson Becker, and Liverpool put him up front for a corner, and he scored directly from the corner. He headed it in, which is like the most humiliating thing ever that the goalkeeper scored.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Dude.
You can get that on YouTube. But yeah, you don't change him out for someone else.
You heard it right here.
Yeah.
You heard it right here.
It's a collector's item, that's called. But yeah, it can happen. And in some of these knockout games, if someone's losing and there's 5 minutes left and it's do or die, no changes left, they may put the goalkeeper up there. That would be the last resort. Normally they'll send the defenders up first, and then obviously if they're really desperate, then yeah, the keeper can go up, and the keeper has scored in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abe, do you want to give any updates about Front House Game Company and what's happening there?
Yeah, so Funhouse Game Company, we do have our own website now. It's funhousegameco.com. I'm trying to be like Beachy and like our coaches here, having your own webpage. And of course, then, funneling that into a shop, which then you can sell your stuff online. But essentially, right now, we are in the final stages of production. We've got basically our hats, as you can see, we've been able to master putting these logos on this high quality hat. As you can see, it's very high quality. It's not like cheaply made. You can see it's very solid. And then of course we have our signature Funhouse Game Co. Brand on the actual back here. So
the back tag, yes.
On the back tag is a little unique to the hats. It's a little different, and
I call that a champ stamp.
The champ stamp. There you go. The little champ stamp.
Trademark.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Looks a little bit like a license plate.
Have a really nice stamp tag on the back. Looks really hot sometimes.
You know what? It's nice, especially when you're taking selfies. You're taking a selfie of the hat, and then you get that little champ stamp in the back.
Yeah.
You take a photo.
Nice.
Boom, it's classy. You see that. So yeah. So, just like Beachy in many ways, right? You go in, you go, these products are shit. It's like they're cheaply. First of all, they charge you an arm and a leg. You can tell they're cheaply made. They're crap. And at some point, right, like Beachy, you say, like if this is the standard, like this crap is standard. Oh, I can easily do something above the standard. I mean, I've got enough in me to know what's good, what's bad, and the quality and the standards have gone so down that it's like I'm just elevating it back to a decent standard. And I'm just trying to take this back to the 90s when things were great. You remember in the 90s things were awesome. Quality mattered. Companies used to give you a free sticker when you bought something. I mean, it used to be like companies in the past would thank you as a customer, and they would actually give you some extra little goodies just to say, hey, thanks for buying from our shop. You spent $600-$700 on an iPhone. Here's a sticker at least. And now it's like, nah, you don't get a sticker, you don't get nothing. We just rise the prices and you get less for more money, and so it's just been like, I'm just taking it back to a time that things were great.
Mm-hmm.
What a tragedy. You don't get anything in your cereal box anymore.
No, it's not good. They take the consumer for granted. I agree.
Yeah. We got a little tennis for you here. You'll find this. I think you'll find this humorous. Pay attention. This hat looked like the guy of the hat in Caddyshack, where the guy said you get a free bowl of soup for this. Here, see.
Finish was completed, I guess I should say, and that there was some excellent tennis played between two of the most talented players around, Nastasi and McEnroe. So let's watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's this one. False alarm here.
Nastasi had just questioned whether a serve was a left serve or not.
You see the hat?
Yeah.
That was the famous Nastasi McEnroe match. Andrew, you would have loved this. Nastasi played McEnroe in 1979 in New York, and the umpire penalized Nastasi unfairly for a few stupid infractions. And I won't go into all the details, but he ended up awarding the match to McEnroe. But the crowd got so mad that they wouldn't stop yelling and screaming, and so they ended up replacing the umpire. They took him out of the chair and brought in somebody else.
Wow.
You'd never see that in any other country, I think, right? That wouldn't happen in soccer, would it? They wouldn't replace the ref?
No, the refs get dogs abuse, and they stay in the game like they've been there. I mean, they chant regularly, the referee's a wanker, or who's the bastard in the black? They used to wear black. So that the refs get dogs abuse, but they never change them out.
Yeah. Well, in New York, it's different. The crowd rules. But in this situation, they were right, because the umpire, who incidentally is named Frank, like our friend Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Abe, I'll watch the clip sometime. It's pretty funny.
Right.
But they took the umpire out of the chair, and he was never the same after that.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was kind of overstepped his bounds, and he ended up killing him, hurting him. So. All right, well, we've hit the end of the show here. Brian, thanks for being on. I want to congratulate you on your Cincinnati Reds coming back and whipping my Pirates yesterday, too. That was a brutal loss, man.
Yeah,
oh, you saw that, huh?
Yeah.
Pirates were up 7-6 in the ninth inning. They had come back. They'd been down. They came back, and then they gave up 3 runs, and that's it. I watched it on the computer. It was heartbreaking.
Hey, there's a birthday today. I'll shout out a birthday as Mr. John Elway is 66 years old today.
John Elway, wow.
John Elway's 66. Wow, he's 5 years old, 6 years older than me.
Crap.
You know John Elway, right, Andrew?
Nope.
He's an old quarterback. He's an old quarterback for the Denver Broncos now.
I must admit,
he's a real stud.
They keep showing all these American sports people at the World Cup. They keep panning in the crowd to random people, and I keep thinking, who the fuck's this person? And they keep, oh, that's so-and-so, Johnson the third. He's something for whoever, Detroit. And I'm like, oh, cool.
That's funny. Andrew, thank you for being on the show. Shout out to you and your book, You Lucky Cat. Of course, shout out to John Perry.
Yes.
And sharing his book for us today. And of course,
John.
We always look forward to seeing you guys on the show. It's always great to have you. And as always, have a wonderful rest of your weekend here from the boys at Chad Dog Sports.
And we've got a final clip to end with. This is a classic Benny Hill closing scene where they're like escaping from a hospital or something, and he's being chased by all these beautiful women. I don't know why he's even running away from them, but I guess that makes it funny. But this is classic Benny Hill. So enjoy that, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Here, boy. Heel. Here, boy. Heel.